I'm Dr. Deb Butler, and you are listening to Thinner Peace in Menopause and Beyond. This is number 453, and I'm going to tell you all about my Thinner Peace in Menopause signature program that is opening now. Stay tuned. Welcome to Thinner Peace in Menopause and Beyond. This is Dr. Deb Butler, Master Life and Weight Coach, and as always, your coach. If you're a woman and you're smart and you're successful and you've been struggling with weight your whole life, and now menopause is making it harder than ever, and you are ready to make this the last time you ever have to go on a diet again, then this podcast is for you. Stay tuned. Well, hello, all my dear friends all over the world. It's a lovely day here, warm, even though it's almost winter, and I'm enjoying it, and the sun is out. And I don't know, for those of you who've been listening to me for a while, my new thing is getting up at sunrise and greeting the sun and letting that beautiful, new, fresh first light hit my eyes to help me feel better all day long and increase my health. Get those circadian rhythms balanced. That's what I'm doing. I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying I'm doing it, something new for me. And I think it's always good to try something different. And what I'm really excited about today is that for those of you who have been listening for a while, maybe you know about my group program that opens up a few times a year, Thinner Peace in Menopause and Beyond, which is the name of my podcast. And the name of the group program is Thinner Peace in Menopause. And it is, I guess, what I love about doing it the most is that it really helps women and gives them time to be able to soak up and utilize and challenge themselves with the tools that I teach within this program. So many of you have maybe been listening to my podcast. Maybe you're learning my tools. Maybe you're using my tools. Maybe you don't need anything else, in which case you'll still love what I have to say, even if you don't want to do the group program. But this is really for those of you who have been struggling with weight your whole life and menopause is making it harder than ever, and you are ready to make peace with food, peace with your body, and peace with the scale, no matter what. And that's what this program is all about. And I have put a bonus in it, which I have never done before. And I'm actually including my master's program, which is an extra 3 months of support after you learn all the tools, with no extra charge. I have never done that before. It's included as a bonus this time because I feel like it's a missing link. I've worked with so many women who have got it. You know, when we're through working, either within the group or individual coaching, their confidence is sky high. They feel really, really good about the things that they've learned. But what I have learned over time is sometimes it gets lost, or they forget, or something happens that was so out of the ordinary, it throws their brain backwards into the old neural pathways. And so in this new program that I'm opening up, I am filling the gap so that whatever happens after you learn the tools, you still have another 90 days of biweekly coaching with me for anything that will come up to help support these new tools that I've taught you. Because even after 3 months, they're still pretty new, but it feels pretty good. So I am very happy to be able to offer that. And I want you all to realize, even if you've done this program before, this is making it even more supportive and more solid. It will solidify the teachings. And one of the problems that I think a lot of my clients have that I see is that eating a non-nutritious food or a joy eat, some people call it treats, I like to call it a joy eat because I think you give dog treats when they do the right thing. But I think for us as human beings, sometimes we want to eat something that just really tastes delicious, that has no nutritious value, and we don't want to have negative emotions about eating it. But if we've been on diets our whole life, this is a very difficult thing to do, I have found. And for me, when I was going through this journey, it was what freed me the most is when I realized I could eat any of this, that I could control myself around any of it, and that it tastes good and there was nothing wrong with eating it. The only thing that could be wrong with eating it is not enjoying it. And many of you eat these foods without enjoyment, overeat them, don't enjoy them, and end up gaining weight because you're eating way too much because you're saying things to yourself like you're never going to do it again or tomorrow you're going to start fresh. And this might have gone on for decades. I am here. I want to help you break that cycle. And it starts with the idea of mindfulness. So I use a lot of mindfulness in this program. It's very, very organized and it's structured, but it's also open to being customized so that when we have our different clients and students that are in this, everybody's going through things in a different way, but many of our challenges are the same, which is so calming to see that. And of course, when we think about self-compassion, one of the components of self-compassion is common humanity, which really means that whatever you're going through or what you're suffering through, that there are many people just like you. You're not alone. So, of course, I include a lot of Buddhist philosophy within this program because I think that it's old. It's an old philosophy. It's tried and it's true, and it helps you develop mindfulness around your own brain and what you're thinking and being able to watch yourself in a more objectified way, which helps you see things more clearly. And of course, within this program, it's all about being able to coach with me so that there are video sessions within this. When you sign up, you get immediate access to all of this, and it's lifetime access. So every tool is taught in video first with workbooks and homework that is all together. So it's very, very organized and simple. There's not a lot. There's just a little bit each time that takes you a little bit further. And then when we have our group coaching once a week where you work with me, then I help coach you on the tools that you're learning and the homework that you've done and the food journaling that you're doing. And I help you move forward or help you see what possibly could be getting in the way of this. And from my years of experience of working with people, one of the things I want you to know is that I am the only one that will be doing the coaching. I don't have other coaches that do this. You get me every single time. And I think that's important to hear because sometimes in these programs, you hear somebody that you really like. I know I've done this. And then I get in the program and they're not the ones that are coaching. And it's very disappointing to me. And so I want you to know that if you decide to do this, you get me. I'm with you. And I also will be available by email the whole time we're working together for any questions that you have. And of course, you can be coached by me too. And this all starts next year at the beginning of January. But I'm also including a bonus session for the holidays to start using some of these very specific tools so that you can use them for the holidays, so we can use them to help us grow before we even start. So if this is something that you've been thinking about or considering, or you have thoughts in your head, which every single person that has signed up so far I know has had because I've talked to them, and that is that they have thoughts about they've never been able to do it before, or they have failed so many times, or something that is so negative, it gets in the way. Or what if they spend the money and it doesn't work? And this is what I want to offer you. If this resonates with what I'm talking about, if you feel happiness, butterflies, joy inside of you when I start talking about this, like this is what you've been waiting for, or this is what you need, or this is what you want, do it. Because your mind will come in and tell you, you failed before. What if all this money is wasted? I know all the thoughts that are going to come up, so expect them. And when you see them, say hello, welcome them. And listen, minds love invitations. They don't like commands. So invite your brain when it gives you these type of thoughts, just invite it. Don't say, don't think that, or don't give up on yourself. Just say, of course you would come in. It's okay. You can stay and I can still do it. Of course I would have those thoughts. Of course I would. That doesn't mean I shouldn't do it. It just means I have those thoughts and I'm not going to give them a lot of power because the feeling inside of you is much stronger and you go with it. And I will tell you, when you hit buy, it gets very, very exciting. So if this is something that sings to you or has sung to you, or you've been thinking about it for a long time, here's your chance. If you want to find out more about the program, all of the specifics, all you need to do is go to drdebbutler.com. That's DRDEB Butler, BUTLER.com/joy. And of course, I use joy because it's all about finding joy and still being able to eat foods that are enjoyable just for the sake of enjoying them. And just because you can do that, it begins to help you start believing that you can actually eat whatever you want. It's just, what do you really want, right? Most of us want to eat healthy foods most of the time, but there's something inside of us that says, well, I can't eat that because I'm overweight, or I can't do that, or I'll have to wait till I lose weight. And what happens is that when you eat these foods, they take on a whole new characteristic of, I shouldn't be doing this, which creates overeating and no enjoyment. So if you're ready to figure this out once and for all, drdebbutler.com/joy. And if you have any questions, you can always email me at drdebbutler.com. You can ask me any questions. I'll reply. I would even talk to you if you wanted to talk to me on the phone. I don't want your brain to get in the way. If you need a talking to, maybe you want to talk to me. And listen, no matter what you decide to do about this, just know that peace is available, that freedom is available, and that most people, when it comes to food, the biggest feeling that they want is they want to feel free. And it doesn't mean because you feel free, you're going to eat bonbons and chocolate cookies all day long. When you don't feel free, that is what you want to eat all day long. When you actually feel that feeling of freedom, it almost gears you up to be able to take so much better care of yourself. And of course, I would never end this podcast without saying to you, no matter where you go or what you do, please, please, please be very kind to yourself, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye. If you're loving my podcast and you would like some more information to be able to follow along with, then please go to drdebbutler.com/change, and you can get a free copy of my companion book that goes with this podcast that I refer to in many different episodes. That is drdebbutler.com/change, CHANGE.